Guru Nation, thank you so much for watching. Make sure you like, subscribe, comment, share. Really quick video I wanted to make. There are several bottlenecks. There's cycles of bottlenecks that come and go as you are a site owner and the trajectory of your site evolves or progresses through time and through your leveling up as the site owner. The first one's obviously getting the PI. That's the hardest bottleneck. A lot of people never get past this point because they can't get a PI. We have videos, 30-minute videos, hour-long videos on best practices for how to do this. Get past that bottleneck. And here's a hint and a sidebar. It becomes easier after you get your first PI to get your second one and your third and your fourth. Once you have a PI, your next bottleneck is getting studies. You will want to get one study first and probably no more than 3. I think 1 to 3 studies you can manage yourself, right? Without even hiring a coordinator, like you being the coordinator, or hiring and training one coordinator. Don't do more than that, especially if you're in an area where you can get more than that. Don't do more than that until you have built the proper foundation to scale. I have seen sites go out of business because they were in excellent geographic areas where not only they couldn't say no to studies, I kind of can't blame them. I could possibly make the same mistake myself. They took on like 9 studies at once. Out of business. Out of business. The outcome is the same as not getting studies. Matter of fact, it would have been better for them to not get studies because it would have forced them to develop their infrastructure. So get just enough studies to develop your infrastructure, meaning getting your coordinators, getting your staffing in place, getting your systems in a row. What kind of source are you going to use? What kind of e-reg? You don't want to take on 9 studies, commit crazy deviations in all of them, and then get shut down and never get asked to do another study again. Once you get past the bottleneck of those 1 to 3 studies, your next bottleneck becomes training staff, getting coordinators, having a farm system. Who's next? I'm always building for the next 3 to 5 studies. I'm usually always overhired. At Yuma Clinical Trials, I've been overhired almost since the beginning, other than, and you guys can go follow on the YouTube, the documenting my clinic journey. The only time I wasn't overhired is when it was just me and my business partner Jaime doing the coordinating, right? So we got through that first bottleneck, hired one coordinator, immediately hired another one, built the training systems for them, figured out how to use Creo and all these things, then got more studies. So once you build the infrastructure for staffing, now you got the bottleneck of catching up. Now there's a financial bottleneck. Catching up on accounts receivables so you can pay the infrastructure that you've built and that you are still building, so that now you can say yes to more studies, so that now you can just repeat this process again. Meaning more studies, more training, more specialists, more PIs, more studies, more training. These are the main bottlenecks that you will encounter over and over and over again, at least for myself personally. And that is not expanding outside of our market, which is Yuma. If we were to expand into a neighboring city, we'd probably have another bottleneck of just repeating this whole thing again, but not doing it twice. So the bottlenecks are always there, unfortunately, but there are things you can do to leverage. There's human capital, there's financial capital, there is the quality systems, and then there's the biz dev. And those are really the bottlenecks that I see repeated over and over and over again, no matter how big or small you are. And once you've reached the size that you're happy with, you probably don't reach the next level of like repeating the bottlenecks again. You're just maneuvering back and forth and like pulling levers to maintain. But if you want to grow, it's basically these patterns of bottlenecks. This is at least my anecdotal experience. Let me know what you think. These are the main bottlenecks that research sites face. Like, subscribe, comment, share. Bye-bye.